But we got a special guest in the building, gang. We got Tammy in here. All right, so y'all, I'm gonna play the track she about to work on. We about to just start working for real.
She did try to call me. Is everything all right?
Yeah, yeah. We got Reese in the building.
Reese! What's up,
Yeah,
sister?
yeah, yeah,
ROJAY is the way you say it.
New thing, new thing, new thing, new thing.
That's so cold.
Yo. This is stupid.
Yo, that's so cold, man.
Can't look at my heart.
She wrote this off Voicey, yo. That's what's crazy.
Yes.
She wrote
Words
this off
came
Voicey.
right to me as soon as I heard it.
Hey, we in here.
ROJAY is the way you say it.
New thing, new thing, new thing, new thing.
Sing it exactly like that again.
New thing, new thing, new thing, new thing.
Sing.
First of all, don't try to psych my mind and hype me up. Sing at the same time. That's how you know he playing.
No, you're doing an amazing job for real.
Thanks.
And I commend you because you pressing through. Imani asking questions that stressed out people ask.
Stressed out and sleepy people.
You said don't sing that. That ain't what we told you don't sing.
oh,
Oh.
all these daggone new
It's
things.
new thing.
Bring that old thing back.
It's new thing.
I'm glad I get to see this because this is the real, honey.
ROJAY is the way you say it.
Now it was good for me that I was afflicted. Hit me hard and I kept on ticking. They dug ditches, but I didn't go under. I'm back bigger, better than before. I couldn't.
That mud can sing, y'all.
Good God. Oh, my
Jess.
goodness.
Jess.
Oh, Jesus.
We ain't never heard this before, y'all. That's number one.
Me that I was afflicted. Hit me hard and I kept on ticking. They dug ditches.
That was beautiful. The exact same way.
I'm back bigger, better than before. I couldn't understand what they had against me. I was supposed to keep going. My bad.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
Understand what they had against me, but the Lord made it work for me. That was different.
But that was good.
It
different.
was.
That was good. Different. Yes, sir. One more time.
Got this.
It's the way she going with it
I
is
can't
crazy.
do that.
I can't even describe it. I've never
like
heard.
It's like a pulse.
Let me tell you something though, y'all.
Like, I don't.
The thing about Tammy that is so crazy is there's no other. I've never heard Tammy's voice before. You know how some people can sing, but
Absolutely.
yes,
It's amazing.
yes.
The Lord made it work for me. They meant it for my bad, but He turned around and made it good. He's doing the new thing.
That's it.
Guys, we can't make this up, guys.
Y'all
Y'all are here
heard
in the
it.
studio with
Y'all
us.
heard it.
Y'all sitting right in here with us. We can't make this up.
Praise be unto our
Y'all, we
God.
having fun though. Tammy is insane.
I am having fun with you guys.
This is crazy.
He's doing the new thing. Yeah, He's doing the new thing. He's doing the new thing. Yeah, new thing. He's doing the new thing. I'm so glad that He's doing a new thing.
We live? Amen, man. Amen. Tank, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me, Brody? Tank, let me know if you can hear me. 212. Y'all let me know. Let me know if you can. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Sweet, can you hear my keyboard? Should I talk to the people? Let's make sure you're sweet.
Hey, everybody.
Yes.
How are you guys doing?
Okay, I'm about to Google something real quick to start this off. All right, sweet. All right, here we go. I'm about to Google something, babe. Give me a second.
Okay. How's y'all be? Good evening, everybody.
All right, so here we go. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, also called Saint Valentine's Day or the Feast of Saint Valentine, is celebrated annually on February 14th. It originated as a Christian feast day. Oh, you all right. If you put it on, let me. Okay, where I'm at. It originated as a Christian feast day honoring a martyr. What's the martyr? I don't even know how to pronounce that. In Christianity, a whatever is a person considered to have died because of their testimony for Jesus. What? Or faith in Jesus. What? In years of the early church, stories depict this often occurring through death by sawing, stoning, crucifixion, burning at the stake of other forms or torture and capital punishment. What? Martyr. Yes, so it's martyr. In honor, yes. It originated as a Christian feast day honoring a martyr named Valentine. Ty, what's up? Vincent, what's up? Saint Valentine was a 3rd century Roman saint commemorated in Western Christianity on February 14th and in Eastern Orthodoxy on July 6th from the High Middle Ages. His Saint's Day has been associated with the tradition of quarterly love. He is also a patron saint of tyranny. Yeah, probably epilepsy and tyranny, whatever, epilepsy and something else. Okay. Through late folk traditions, it has become a significant cultural and commercial celebration of romance and love in many regions of the world. So it didn't even start out. It don't even supposed to be about romance for real. We just made it about romance. And it's actually a Christian-based holiday. Wow. Fun fact. Valentine's Day is a Christian-based holiday based on the feast. It originated as a Christian feast day honoring a martyr named Valentine. A martyr is a daggone person who died in the name of Jesus. This is crazy. Wow. What in the world? You guys see this. You guys can read it. So it's associated, connected to February. There are a number of martyrdom stories associated with various Saint Valentines connected to, I read that right, to February 14th, including an account of the imprisonment of Saint Valentine of Rome for ministering to Christians persecuted under the Roman Empire in the 3rd century. Wow. Y'all, Valentine's Day we do relate it to love and romance. I've always known this is like a romantic day, like, but it's really started as a feast day to honor a martyr named Valentine. Which brings us back to our other conversation. What is love without sacrifice? Mm-hmm. And the ultimate sacrifice is your own life in a relationship. For real. You remember I was talking about being like Jesus is like for real, like sacrifice. Remember I said that? Mm-hmm. But yeah, the original, yeah, y'all reading it. Y'all were reading it. So I do want to, it's Valentine's Day. I want to talk about love. And I want to talk about sacrifice in love. You down, babe?
Yep, let's go.
You want to kick it off? Or you want me to kick it off?
You kick it off. You.
All right, cool.
You don't started it.
Okay, cool. So let me turn to the camera because we're about to talk to y'all.
Thank you.
All right. I personally, this is my personal opinion. I feel like true love is exemplified through sacrifice. Mm-hmm. I'm learning through being married that the measure in which love can be the amount in which love can be measured is based on your willingness to sacrifice, for real. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to really know if somebody love you, you can kind of like count up what they're willing to sacrifice. Yeah. Do y'all agree in the comments? Let me know. Hey, y'all comment below and let me know if y'all agree with that. You can measure a person's amount of love for you based on their willingness to sacrifice. And I think that's where love goes wrong a lot of times, is because like we okay with loving somebody until it's time for us to give up something for them. Mm. And we okay to love somebody until it's inconvenient. Once it becomes inconvenient, we don't want to love no more.
Tasha, she agree.
Yeah. Like it's like once we gotta do something, or once we are challenged to give up something, and let me like I'll give you an example of what I mean by give up. Sacrifice your ego. Mm. Sacrifice your pride. Sacrifice your need to always be right. Yeah, sacrifices like that, like, and like when it's time for those types of things to be challenged, if you quick ready to huck a buck, I mean, do you really love that person? Question mark. What y'all think?
Ty said that's really how you know if they want it for real, like you do.
Yeah, that's facts, right?
That is good.
That's a fact. I believe that's a fact.
True.
That's a fact.
That is very.
Hey,
very
Shiy, what you gotta say about that?
I completely agree. But one thing that I know for sure that is one of the toughest things, unless you're just a selfless being, is giving up that pride and that ego. And the desire to always be right. I know I've struggled with the desire to always be right and want to have the last say, but I've learned so many years ago that it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
But it's all tied into ego and pride. And sometimes that stuff stems from childhood issues and things that we've experienced as children.
Yeah.
So I said I was like that too, girl. Mm-hmm. Listen, it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough because it's like I trust what I'm saying and I know what I'm saying, but I don't know if I can trust what you're saying because you might be trying to, you know what I'm saying? You might be trying to play me.
Yeah.
Might be trying to control me. Like,
oh.
No, I can't have it.
So you don't. Sometimes you haven't wanted to. Sometimes you have been concerned about people using their influence and stuff as control.
Yes, I've experienced like people using their influence as control, and that's why I've always had like this wall up, but I observe, and I'm very nice. I'm very sweet. I'm very cool, calm, and collected. But if I feel like you trying to get over on me, no, I don't let that happen. I didn't let that happen. Like, I was like, okay, like, I'll take whatever you say with a grain of salt, and if I feel like I want to go with it, I will. If I don't, I won't.
Yeah.
Just period. But when it came to wanting to have the last say, and especially knowing that I'm right, like if I feel like in my spirit, my soul, like everything, if I feel like I'm right, I'll fight tooth and nail. Like I know I'm right.
Hold on, take me off the screen. Hold on.
Just I can't.
Just take the picture off.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'll fight tooth and nail. If I feel like, you know what I'm saying, no, this is the way it is, and I said this, and you said this, and this is what happened, and this is what I know to be true, this is what I've experienced. I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. And then to feel stupid and be wrong.
Hold on.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. The hum is killing me. Hold on. It's still there. All right. It's cool. Come on.
I think I fixed it.
All right. What you were saying now?
I said then to feel stupid when you're wrong is like the ultimate, like that thing will teach you. It's the ultimate lesson. It'll teach you to shut your mouth sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you're not always right.
Yeah.
You don't always have to have the last say. You can actually hush and listen.
Yeah. So when we celebrate Valentine's Day, what are we celebrating? Just the idea of love, romance, sex? Is it like a national, like have we turned it into a national sex day? Low key. Daquan, what up,
what's
boy?
What's up?
Hey, we in here talking about Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
In which we learned Valentine's Day is based on
originally.
Yes. Based on a martyr named Valentine. A martyr is somebody who's willing to get killed for talking about Jesus. And it made me now like the idea of like being like gifts is cool. Like so like okay, I was about to say gifts is cool and all that, but it made me think about like love languages. So we talk about like love languages. Are love languages really love languages, or are they ego languages? Are love languages really love languages, or are they ego languages? Like, do for me what'll make me feel good about me. And that's how I'll know that you love me.
Daquan said he don't believe in it.
Hey.
He said that's something I do 20 times out of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you really, and that's another thing, like depending on why you celebrate Valentine's Day, you can celebrate Valentine's Day any day you wake up.
That's true.
Not just the day that the world, because some people feel bad if they don't get a gift or if they don't get chocolate, but it's like, if a person, like me and my wife ain't getting each other nothing for Valentine's Day. We went out for lunch earlier, but we didn't buy each other no gifts.
We didn't go out to lunch for Valentine's Day.
No, we went out for lunch because she was hungry. And the thing is, I would much rather every day her and I actually love each other than to not like each other and then flex on that day. And it be only a 24-hour fix where I buy her chocolate and we have sex and then tomorrow we back toxic again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Hey, tonight I'm gonna keep it real, boy.
That's good.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm saying? Like,
they going to say all facts.
Hey, like what's love?
Facts.
Hey, what's love in real life aside from the 14th? What's real love? What's real love outside of gifts, bro? What is real love like? When you in a relationship with somebody, bro, what does real love looks like accountability.
Yeah.
Real love looks like humility. Yeah. Real love looks like sacrifice. And I'm talking about in relationships, whether it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, and your wife. I'm talking about like romantic love in a relationship with partners. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm specifically talking about tonight. Like, you got to be willing to like lay down your life for a person for real. Like, okay, before I met my wife, I didn't have to consider nobody else in my decision making. Mm-hmm. Now I can't get married and still keep moving the same way. Mm-hmm. I have to sacrifice my old independent mind because I have made the decision to marry her and to love her for the rest of my life.
This is true.
Today is not Valentine's Day, it's Flex Day. Facts, Twan, you feel what I'm saying? My folks going crazy, don't even like each other for real. Yo, what's going to happen on the 15th and the 16th and the 17th and the 18th? What y'all really on? Yeah. What y'all really on? What are we really on? Like, yo, man. And it's like, I'm telling y'all, man, relationships can last longer than they be lasting if people willing to like really like give up something, bro.
Sam, what's up, brother?
Yo, like, we don't be willing to give up nothing, boy. Jax. Anything that make us have to be uncomfortable, anything that make us have to check ourselves, we be ready to run. Let's go, Twan.
He said,
let's go. Let's go.
You better talk.
Hey, that's what it is, boy.
What's good, brother?
Let's go. Hey, he said, where you been? Pregnant. She been pregnant. Exactly. Hey, she been in the room tossing and turning, boy. Mm-hmm. But she good though.
Yeah, I've been resting.
But yeah, like
necessary for me right now.
But what's real, like we in these relationships. Okay, let's talk to the people who aren't married that like they got their girl, they got their dude, they trying to figure it out. Like Brittany Monshea is in the building.
Brittany,
right now,
good, girl.
Right when you're in a relationship and you're not married yet, that is the perfect time for you to start to go through the baggage and to start to develop stronger character and make those necessary sacrifices if your goal is forever. Like, the key to real love is self-love.
I agree. Before
you can love someone else, you have to love yourself. And loving yourself is not the egotistical, I look good. That's not love. That is ego boosting. Mm-hmm. Love is, I love myself so much that I refuse to be a toxic person. Mm-hmm. And whatever I got to do to heal, I'm willing to do to heal so that I can love myself and then love other people. Real love is, I ain't going to talk out my way to my wife because I still feel a way about whatever that used to go on in my life. Yeah. I'm not going to embrace generational curses and call it normal and then say I love myself or my wife. That is out of pocket. Mm. If I love myself, I am going to do what it takes for me to become the better version of myself, the absolute best version of myself. Therefore, I will have the capacity and I will have the cleanliness to start to love my wife properly. And she would have to do the same thing. So then it becomes a thing of, if you're not in a relationship yet, it's the perfect practice. Now, once you get married, it's harder. Mm-hmm. It's harder when you, if that's just your girl, if that's just your dude, it's a little bit easier. Because you can take 48 hours to review what happened and then come back.
It depends. I don't know, because some people view relationships that are technically non-committed as committed.
Yeah, but you're not under no covenant. You're not. What I'm saying is, when you're not married, you're not under no covenant. Therefore, there are certain things that you may choose to obligate yourself with, but you're not obligated if you're not married, because you're not under a covenant that says you are obligated. Some people just choose to put on the weight of marriage without being married. And that's one thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you choose to act like you married and you not, that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
Because then,
what would be the point?
Want to get married. Then niggas gonna be like, well,
then what?
Why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free?
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Jokers ain't buying no cows if they can get the milk for free. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
But, okay, we're talking about love, and we're talking about romantic love, and we're talking about what is love. And I think the ultimate love is sacrifice. I think that's the thing, like, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Mm-hmm. The thing about that is, imagine something so precious to you, like extremely precious, something that came from you, and you only have one of them, and you give that up for millions of people that probably don't even like you, don't serve you, don't believe in you, but so that they can have, for those who may want to choose to believe, he gave his son up on a maybe. They might believe and have everlasting life. Whosoever, meaning they got to make the choice. Wow. So I'm finna give up the only thing that has ever come from me to some people who might rock with me. And we're saying that's love. Now check this out. Now we get in relationships. We won't give up nothing. Like, we would rather challenge our girl just to keep the power of our ego. We ain't willing to give up jiznit. Boy, the ego is not working. Superstar in the building.
Yes.
The ego is not looking good on you, buddy. It's not looking good on you, buddy. And then you mad because your girl don't respect you. She not gonna respect that, buddy. You don't treat her like nothing, and you blame it on being a man. No, you're traumatized. You're traumatized. Go back to 6-year-old you and figure out why you so traumatized.
Yeah.
Why can't you respect your woman's voice? Why can't you love her unconditionally? Why you gotta like manhandle her so much, bro? Something is wrong.
That's good stuff. And
why you not willing to check that? And why every time she say something to you that refers to something you need to fix, you so crushed and you go off on her in a toxic way? She can't even say, baby, maybe you should rethink that, or maybe that's not a good idea. What you mean that ain't a good idea? Guy, wow. She's a whole human with a whole brain and a whole heart. Your idea may suck, buddy.
Exactly.
It probably does.
Oh my God.
But because you struggling internally, now we gotta verbally abuse her because she don't think your idea is good.
Hashtag your idea may suck.
Yo, that's the truth, man. It may. Hey, so listen. When we talk about love, man, y'all got to ask yourself. So everybody up here that's in a relationship or that's married, I want to ask y'all a question. Y'all may say y'all love y'all partner, right? Mm-hmm. What's something that you've been holding on to that you would be honestly willing to give up for them? Whether that's a perception of what the relationship supposed to be, whether that is an image of the relationship that you try to uphold to people, whether that is ego that won't allow you to hear your partner when y'all have conversations, whether it's pride that won't let you accept being wrong, whether that's the inability to listen. Are you willing to give up your eagerness to talk? Are you? If you love her, if you love him, are you willing to give up your eagerness to have something to say? Will you shut up in a conversation and actually hear?
Ooh-wee.
Or is it too painful to hear? And if it is too painful to hear, are you willing to get therapy to understand why it's so painful so that your partner does not have to get the toxic blows of what you are not healed from?
Oh, this is good.
You love them. You say you love them, but you take them through hell because you won't go get help. Do you really love them? They cry out to you, and because it don't feel good to you, you respond in a toxic way that discourages them and tears down their self-esteem. Do you really love them? You rather tear down their self-esteem defending yourself than to get help. I don't know if that's love or not. I don't really know if that's love or not. I don't think that's love. No. Love is, Shiy, I love you so much that I'm willing to go figure out why hearing about myself triggers me to be mean. I love you so much that I'm not going to allow you to go through the mud of having to take what I give you when my ego feels bruised.
Wow.
I'm going to go figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going to go figure out what's wrong. I don't understand why I snap at you when you say certain things, but I know you don't deserve to be talked to that way. And because I love you, I'm going to go figure out what's making me do that.
That's love.
Because I was doing that before I met you. So I can't blame it on you. That's the other thing we do.
Yes.
How you in 5 different relationships with the same problems? If you're in 5 different relationships with the same problems, the common denominator ain't the 5 people. Ain't no way. They just coincidentally are all treating you bad. What? Therapy and Jesus works hand in hand, black people. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, man. Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ. And I'm at the point as a husband where I'm just like, I want to fix myself, man. And it's like in relationships, y'all know how we do. We got checklists of things that we will and will not accept without considering that the other person may have a checklist too. So how about instead of having checklists on what we will and will not accept, let's have a checklist of who we will and will not be.
That's good.
We're directing the checklist to the wrong person. We have standards for the wrong person.
Our standards should be for
ourselves.
That's
and we will automatically attract people who respect them. We try to figure out why all my relationships going bad. It's because you have standards on the wrong person. You have a checklist on the wrong person. Who am I? What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? What are my triggers? What do I need to work on? What do I need to fix? I'm trying to tell you, if you love yourself, You can love other people better because you're in a healthier emotional and mental space to do so.
That's good.
So you may like somebody, you may be infatuated with somebody, you might feel lustful about somebody, and you may ball all three of those up and from an emotional place call it love. And if you're not willing to give up stuff that causes deep issues, is that really love? If you're not really challenging yourself, is that really love? Now, flip it. Now I'm going to flip it to the other side because there's two sides to every coin. If my wife isn't willing to check me and I'm unaware, does she love me?
Whoa, wait a minute. Say that again.
If my wife is not willing to check me in a situation where I'm unaware, does she love me?
In a situation where you're unaware.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, if your breath stink, and I'm just sitting here.
Know your breath. Funk don't diggity don't.
Just letting your breath be funky in front of everybody and not being like, babe, I
send a text like, yo, babe. The mouthpiece is howling right now.
That tail musty. DJ.
Hey, yo, you gotta be able to sit and talk like, hey, I noticed that you do this and this and this is why it's so important for everybody to work on themselves, because it'll be a toxic loop if everybody not good. Because I could be unaware of something, you can bring it to my attention, then I flip out on you. That's why everybody got to be sweet. But the other part of loving somebody is being willing to hold them accountable for their actions or their inaction. And being able to handle what comes with that, if you know that the challenge or what you're holding them accountable for is something that will truly help them.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in covenant with them. When you're in a relationship with a person, you have signed up to look in a mirror. That's what you signed up for. Your partner is a big old mirror. And sometimes they're going to tell you stuff that you don't like. But if they love you, they ain't going to tell you nothing wrong. If they truly love you. If they have ulterior motives and they want to tell you stuff that serves their agenda, they may be telling you stuff that ain't good for you. But if they really love you, they'll say...
But that's the thing. Like, some people wrestle with the idea of, like, how do you determine whether or not this person has my best interest at heart when they're saying what they're saying to me? Some people don't have, like, discernment. Like, some people don't know when a person is out to get them and when a person is actually coming to them from a genuine place. Like, they might pose the question, how do you know? Like,
it'll be revealed over time. If you are not, okay, this is how you know. If you're not in a relationship for sex or monetary gain and you're really trying to build with a person, it'll be revealed anyways. The premise or the foundation or the reasoning for you being in a relationship will be the telltale of how the relationship goes anyway. So if you're in a genuine space where you're like, yo, I see forever with this person and I feel like I want to be with this person. And let's say, for instance, they not your person, but you got good morals and you got good values and you in a good headspace about the relationship and why you in it. If they ain't in it for the same reasons, all you got to do is let a little bit of time go by and you'll know. You'll see. It'll be like, because your spirit and your minds will clash too much.
That's exactly what I was about to ask. Like, some people put on a facade, like, and they can do it for a very long time.
So a person could get hoodwinked, is what you saying?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. People can put on a show and be like, this is who I really am. But in reality,
that's when the spiritual component of relationships can't be ignored. And I think that only happens in situations where, because a person wants a certain image, or they want a certain, if a dude want a girl with a fat, he may ignore the spiritual side of their disconnection because she got the body that he want to be seen with. Or if a dude got the right job with the right benefits, a woman may ignore the spiritual disconnection because he has the monetary means to provide the lifestyle she wants to have to be perceived as a certain person. That's how that's how celebrities get married and it be toe up. The foundation is not something that can be sustained without perception or things. Like, me and you don't care how people feel about our relationship, which is why it is getting stronger. It would be getting weaker if the foundation of our relationship was other people's opinions and perception of it.
people pleasing. Oh, we don't care. Praise our God.
So, in spite of all our differences, in spite of all our immaturities, like, we connected on a spiritual level that made, like, purpose made the tough worth enduring. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, yo, this is my forever person. God knows this little pocket right here is tough. And I mean, it is really tough. But destiny says stick it out. Yeah. Purpose says stick it out, stick and stay. We've made a commitment to each other. We were well aware before we got married what it was and what it was supposed to be from a very instinctual gut inside place. And I think everybody, we're all spiritual beings, man. I mean, I know some people may not believe that, but you don't have instinct and intuition from that. People don't have instinct and intuition from like nowhere. Like, you can't explain instinct or intuition other than it being spiritual. That's you can't, true. Man. Because other than that, it don't even make sense. I got a feeling. What? I just had a fun. And then, but here's the thing. We be ignoring them funny feelings, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We be ignoring them funny feelings. So then we get in situations that the spirit can't sustain. You got to get in a situation where it is so spiritual that it can sustain.
That's good.
Like, you got to be in a, and like, it's like that. And I believe this is a personal belief. Y'all don't have to believe this. I could be wrong, but what God joined together, let no man put asunder. Mm-hmm. So is when people break up or get divorces, is that because God won't in it, or because they ignored the voice of God by not doing what it took to do the work to stay together? Which one you think it is, babe? Case by case, it could be either or.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. It depends on the two people.
Case by case, it could be either or.
Yeah.
So,
but I would say maybe most of the time, if it's not one of those things where you kind of instinctively seek God with who you are with.
You charging that computer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Seek God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If you don't instinctively seek God with who you're with, then it's not working because you might not supposed to be with that person, or you just don't know how to navigate the relationship.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah. What y'all think, man? I think the ultimate, I think love's biggest demonstration is sacrifice.
1,010%.
And I think when you're in a situation where it's a couple of components. The first component is loving yourself. Getting to a place where you love yourself so much that you want to see yourself be the best version of yourself.
You know, that's 90% of the problem.
Yeah.
TJ said compromise.
Compromise. Yes. There is no compromise without peace of mind. Like, if you are not content with who you are, it is hard to compromise, because compromising means giving up something. And if your ego is too attached, then giving up anything is hard to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Compromise is sacrifice. Sacrifice is compromise. Because in order to compromise, you have to give up something. And we don't be willing to do that. So we have to love ourselves enough to become the best versions of ourselves. Whether that's therapy, whether that's going to talk to our mom about something that hurt us, whether it's going to holler at our siblings about something they did or said back in the day that messed up our self-esteem. Like, we got to deal with those things that we can, so that we can have a healthier mental and emotional space that we occupy before we take up somebody else's time.
Mm-hmm.
So then the relationship can be learning each other's strengths and weaknesses, helping each other grow, holding each other accountable for things that can be better without toxicity, being able to challenge each other without being prideful and literally verbally or physically fighting because somebody's ego can't handle something. So you got to get yourself right first for you not to buck up at people. And then when you're willing to say, you know what? I'm willing to give up individual thinking. I'm willing to give up going out late at night. I'm willing to give up the homies. Forsaking all others anyway is in the vows if you said them. But like, I'm willing to do the opposite of what I've been. Oh, it just got worse.
You did it.
I did. You did. Psych, I don't know who did. One of us made a. We both moved at the exact same time.
I fixed it.
Boom. All right. So what was I saying?
I don't know. That took my brain somewhere.
Being willing. Hey, y'all comment and let me know what I was saying. Being willing to sacrifice. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, we got to be willing to make a sacrifice for each other. Egos not bucking up. I said something about not bucking up. You got to get to the place where, you got to, you can't be bucking up, and you can. The only way your pride ain't gonna be touched so bad that you respond in a toxic way is if you get help. That's what premarital counseling is for. That's what therapy is for. Like, people don't like to go do premarital counseling. People don't like to do therapy. But
I don't understand it.
Why you don't understand why people don't?
Yes.
Because don't nobody want to dig up their trauma, babe.
Yeah.
It hurts.
That's true.
But here's the thing. The selfish part of that is people will rather take other people through their trauma than to face it. So you rather hurt somebody else if it means not digging up what hurts you.
That's selfish.
So now you're just spraying everybody.
It's selfish.
That is very selfish.
But we don't mean no harm. It's just so painful. Oh my God. Why would I want to do this? Why would I want to talk about the things that hurt? Even though it would help our relationship and it would be better for you and I. It would help me be selfless. But it hurts. Yeah,
it hurts. But what hurts worse? Sabotaging every personal and business relationship you have, or getting help and having a season of 6, 8, 9 months of hurting to heal versus hurting to hurt and never stop hurting.
Wow.
Which one?
Wow.
Which
wow.
one?
Wow.
Which one? Which one?
I personally would rather hurt to heal.
Yeah. So if it's painful right now in this therapy session.
TJ said it's even hard to put it into words for the most part.
Which part is hard to put into words?
The pain,
the
like
pain.
What you're experiencing, what you're going through, what
Yeah.
you're struggling with, what you're fighting, the battles you fight every day. Sometimes you can't even articulate what's really going on.
If you take the time to really if you make a decision if you make a decision and say, let's say TJ, you say, you know what? I want to be a better woman. And by any means necessary, and by any means necessary, whatever it takes to be a better woman, that's what I'm going to do. That's step number 1. Number 2, analyze your personality. When this happens, I always snap. When this happens, I always shut down. What about these things make me shut down? Okay, if somebody's voice is too loud, I shut down. If somebody is sarcastic with me, I shut down. Or if somebody, whatever. So you analyze, you look at your character, you analyze your behavior. You ask yourself what triggers you to have that behavior. Then you say, okay, I'm looking at the triggers. What do the triggers remind me of? How far back can I go to know where this started from? Who does this trigger remind me of? Because 9 times out of 10, toxic behavior comes from a traumatic experience that you have not dealt with and let go. It's almost always connected. It's almost always connected. And then what happens is we bury it because of how bad it hurts. But then when we're triggered, even if the person's intent was not to trigger us, it could be a normal conversation where a wife disagrees with her husband. If the husband has a big ego where he doesn't like to be challenged, he'll automatically verbally abuse her when he could just deal with the fact that there's a reason why you don't like to be challenged, homeboy. Why is that?
TJ says she said it's all about taking time to work through it because I personally have a shutting down spirit.
Yes.
Girl.
You have to understand, you have to learn yourself, and you have to look at the situations that causes you to shut down. And you have to start asking yourself, what is it about these situations or conversations that makes me want to shut down? Mm-hmm. After you have analyzed the why, then you can say, what about this why even affects me? Why can't I ignore it? This makes me feel like I'm not good enough. So instead of expressing that, I just don't say nothing.
TJ said a work in progress.
Absolutely.
Yes, but let's talk about that. Because sometimes we can use the term a work in progress as a way to not as a way to not instantly dive in and face it,
or to make somebody accept who we are.
Yeah, I'm a work in progress. It's like, it is what it is. This is what you get. Or I'm a work in process. I'm really trying, but it's taking me longer than I expected it to. TJ said, yeah, that's me.
Yes, you cannot use that as an excuse.
Girl, no.
You can't do that. I'm dying laughing. Hey, TJ, keeping it real though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a prolonger.
Yeah.
Because we are afraid to go dig. Because we don't know what we're gonna find, man. I'm telling you, when we have been traumatized in earlier years, and we have programmed ourselves to bury certain trauma so that we don't have to relive certain things, so that we don't have to feel certain pain, we don't realize that's a formula that breeds toxicity. And whether you want to or not, you about to tear a whole bunch of stuff up. That's how you be in relationships with multiple people. Yes, procrastination spirit, right. That's how you get in relationships with multiple people and always have the same problems and always walk away feeling like you got done wrong. I always attract men who ain't maybe something in you is so dominant that a man who can take care of you is not attracted to you. So figure out that.
Whoa.
You want to feel needed, and then when a person leeches off of you, Now you got an issue? You are presenting yourself as a person that can be leached off of. You want to do that so that you can feel powerful and in demand until somebody does it too much. And now you're the victim and you're being misused and you're being taken advantage of.
Hold on, pause. Did you speak to God about me?
Yo.
Oh, Lord.
Yo. Pipe down a little bit. Figure out who you are. Figure out who you are as a woman. Go to God and be like, yo, God, I'm really like OD acting like a dude. And then when I'm getting these soft men, I'm complaining about them. You the dude. If you want a masculine man, don't be the man.
Yeah, like pipe down just a little bit. Be a little submissive. Like,
yeah, dog. Chill out just a little bit.
Rah.
And then you be like, man, every man I get is soft. Well, you hard. What you mean? You a good guy. Yo, think about it. It's common sense. It's
TJ said, yeah, I'm going to head on out.
Ty talking about ouch. Hey, it's real. It's common sense
true,
though. It's
man.
like you don't want to be so dominant and pride on feeling needed and then complain because you feel misused. You are creating a narrative and an environment that is going to attract people that need and use you because that's the foundation of like, you cool with it until it frustrates you. You got to get to the place where you're like, you know what? I'm going to humble myself because the reason why I'm this way is because I feel like
she feel like she's still independent.
And that's Ty. There is good, I'm sure. I don't know your story, but I'm sure you have good reason for having to revert to that independence. And when you're in a season to have to navigate things you can't control.
She just said it. But my situations got me to this point, plus how I was.
Exactly. Ty, you just hit it. That's it. So Ty, then you have to say, okay, I was boxed in a corner where this had to be my default behavior. But with who I want to be and where I want to go, I got to check this because it's no longer serving me. And I have to go to therapy. I have to pray and I have to get myself together so that I can become a different version of myself so that I can attract what God wants me to have in this next season. So your true husband is not going, if you're supposed to be a woman that is not less independent, but what's the word? If being too independent is the woman you are now, and God's husband for you is a man that is going to come to you when you become, I don't know the word. God is not going to send that man until you fix that. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you ain't willing to fix that, bet your bottom dollar that every dude that come along, you going to have an issue with. Because the right man, God is not going to send him to find you if you have not fixed the thing. Because it ain't going to work because y'all going to be incompatible off day one. So you're attracting a man in the meantime that is more compatible with your behavior, but your behavior ain't sweet.
I said, this is why I'm trying to break the curses of how I was raised. This is not how my life is supposed to be.
Yes.
TJ said, I got so much to say, but I'm going to just listen. Ty said, that is understandable.
Yeah, you have to get to the place where you're like, yo, like, I gotta go search and I gotta go find the me that God wants me to be, not the me who I had to be because of how I was raised, not the me that I had to be because of life's circumstances. Who is the me that God has called me to be? And what do I need to work on to become her? Once I get to the place where I become her and I'm living in my purpose and I'm fixing myself and I'm taking care of my children, all of a sudden, Ty, that nigga gonna come rolling in. When you least expect it, because your priority is fixing you.
TJ said, maybe I need a new foundation.
That be the vibes, TJ. That's exactly right, TJ.
Ty said currently.
That's
good.
That's the vibes, y'all. That's the vibes. You got to get to the place where you're like, wait, hold on, let me take 10 steps back and let me fix this. How I think, how I move, how I act, it's off. I need to take a season to get that on. Then I'm going to automatically, professionally and personally attract a whole different lifestyle. Once I start moving, thinking, and acting different, everything attached to me, everything coming to me is going to be different because I'm different.
Yeah, and it's going to have to line up. Because you're not going to accept anything less.
You're not. You're not walking in who you really are right now, which is why y'all accept the bullshit.
That's good.
You ain't sweet yourself, so accepting bullshit, why not? At least it's a piece of man. Nah, y'all deserve more than that, even if it means a season without one.
TJ said new mindset.
Absolutely, right. absolutely. Y'all deserve more than that. And if it means taking 3, 6, 9, 12 months to be in prayer, fast every other day, go to therapy, learn the triggers, figure out the trauma, see what mama did, figure out what daddy did, see what siblings did, deal with the physical abuse, deal with the verbal abuse, take a season to get all that stuff up and out. All of a sudden, you a different person. You're going to automatically attract different opportunities, different job opportunities, different men. Everything is going to come to you different.
TJ said, y'all going to have to call me after this.
Hi, TJ, I got you. Hi, we'll call you. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the vibes. That's the vibes, bro. That's the vibes. You got to get to the place where I love me. I'm not going to wait for no man to love me. And I'm not going to expect him to do this, and this, and then I'll feel loved. No, you have to love you. And that man, it has to be an extension of the love you have for yourself. And then he only magnifies and exemplifies how you already feel about yourself. It exudes through you so much that he respects the love you have for yourself so much that he give you what you give yourself. God Almighty knows. So ask yourself the question, do you treat yourself like men treat you?
Oh.
If you want men to think different of you and treat you different, look at how you treating yourself. What do you think of yourself when he's not around?
TJ said, for real, like, I had to learn to love myself inside and out, and I still have insecurities, but not as much as I used to. Again, a work in progress.
Yes. And the more you spend time with yourself and the braver you are in your quest to develop, the less insecurities will run your decision making. Because we are all insecure in certain ways. We all lack confidence about certain things. But the problem is when it engulfs us so much so that it affects our decision making. And we make decisions through the eyes, lens, scope of that insecurity or that fear. I don't want to die alone. So any man that likes me, I'll just accept him. No. That is, now you're building a relationship from a place of fear. You have to build relationships and you have to get jobs based on purpose. You got to connect with people on all levels of life based on purpose, not insecurity, not fear, not perception, not ego, not pride. These are not good reasons to connect with anybody.
this is.
Those like, and because that's how people be on the news. Like, that's how people be getting killed because my girl broke up with me, so I killed her and her kids, which are my kids too. You need love, not lust. Lust is not enough. Lust is not enough, TJ. Like, okay, I actually went to the roots.
To get the answers I needed, because being raised and being comfortable with doing it alone is really not how it's supposed to be. So God just has me in a place now where my calling is seeking a newness of me, but I have to get to the roots of everything that lead me to how I am now so I can get to where I need to be.
Let's go, Ty.
That's good stuff.
And listen, that's what it takes for everybody, y'all. I've been getting like, man, me and my wife have had some knockdown dragouts, y'all. That didn't have to be knockdown dragouts if I would have just did my root work.
Same here.
Man, doing root work, man. Doing root work can be a life. It's a game changer to everything. Ty, like even with your business, like Ty does hair. So like even with your business, like the growth of your business or the lack thereof it's the same concept. The prosperity of your business comes from you being whole. Because you'll make better business decisions. You'll attract favor with people who can give you opportunities that'll change your life, but you have to be in a mental, emotional, and spiritual place to attract people and things that can catapult you.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all connected. And it all starts with the foundation of you. And to love yourself means to sacrifice. To love means to sacrifice.
That's exactly.
Love yourself enough to sacrifice who you used to be, who you think you're supposed to be, and the version of yourself that you're afraid to attack because it hurts. If you love yourself, be willing to sacrifice those. Automatically, you'll be a better person. You'll treat people better. You'll make better decisions. You'll attract different types of people, whether it's business partners, companionship, whatever. Anywhere that you got to be in a relationship with anybody, professionally or personally, I guarantee you it'll be more prosperous if you first go back to yourself. And then when you get in these relationships, let me tell you another thing that's crazy. It's amazing what being honest can do. It's amazing. Y'all, one time I told my wife something that really was deep. And I was afraid. And she let me lay in her lap and cry about it. Yep. I was extremely ashamed. And I was operating from a place of ego when it came to it and just flipping my wig. And then one day I just was honest and I just cried in her lap about it. Like, I didn't know she was going to embrace and accept and understand me that much. But you don't give your partners the opportunity to be there for you when you decide that you're too ashamed to tell it or that they can't handle it. That's selfish.
That's good.
To decide that they can't handle it without telling them is selfish.
That's exactly what it is.
You can't make a decision for nobody else.
You don't give people the opportunity to be different than what you've experienced in your life. If you don't just...
You never know
honest.
What a person is willing to walk with you through. You don't know if you don't give them the opportunity. But that's why you have to work on yourself where you're not ashamed and you're not afraid. Because, man, we are overcome by the words of our testimony, even to our significant others.
Yeah.
The words of my testimony, even through my wife, I'm stronger than you think. Facts.
That's right.
Like, I can handle it. What is it? I want to help you get through it. Like, I wouldn't be with you if I weren't willing to help you get through the hard times. If it is a spiritual connection beyond smashing. or being a sugar baby or sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? Now, sugar mama and sugar daddy, they ain't finna fix much. But if it's a spiritual connection where we are destined to be together, even if it's only for a season, even a boyfriend that's only for a season, if it's for a spiritual reason, even when y'all connect and break up, y'all can still be cool and the relationship will prosper you two, even if y'all ain't destined to be together forever.
That's true.
You can be in a dating phase where a girlfriend or a boyfriend for a season can still be fruitful, even if y'all not destined to be together forever. Come on, man. What we doing? We talking about love tonight. We talking about love tonight. Cause it is Valentine's Day. So we talking about love tonight. Hey, hey, get it. Hey. So yeah, that's the word. Like if we truly want to love, we got to start by loving ourselves. What does that mean? Being willing to make sacrifices. Are you willing to sacrifice who you thought you should have been, who you used to be, who you're scared to be like that toxicity, like, yo, man, I don't want to deal with this pain, so I'm going to just avoid it. Man, do you know what?
Ty said, I feel like I was doing more helping than being a girlfriend.
Oh, wow. Sometimes that be the case. Sometimes you be like it's like, okay. Real relationship, you a therapist. Every time you get in a real relationship, you are a therapist.
That's how it should be. Like, anytime you get in a relationship, you should be willing to be.
But it should be also reciprocal. Like, she can't just be helping and not getting helped.
Oh, trust me, I'm talking about both parties.
Y'all gotta be helping each other, because then it don't feel like work when you helping each other, or it don't feel like, oh my God, what's wrong now?
But then that's the thing. Like, that's probably what she means. Like, I feel like I was doing more helping than being a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Which means there was like no real reciprocation going on as far as the other person helping versus being the significant other.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be a real struggle. Like, I'm pouring into you. I'm sowing into you.
Yeah.
I'm giving you everything that I have. I'm really like giving more of myself to you than I'm actually giving to myself.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting that in return.
Yeah.
Like, should I just not care?
Yeah.
Or what is the case?
Yeah.
Ty said, but that's my purpose.
Let's go.
The thing is, I was even more helpful even when I was told a deep secret that I would have immediately turned off.
So she's saying in that relationship she was told a deep secret that really made it like, uh-oh, I was supposed to be your girl, but you just told me a deep secret. Now I don't even want to be your girl no more. And that's how those seasonal relationships work.
But I think she's saying normally it would have been one of those things that would have turned her off, but because she understands that's her purpose, like, it was okay. I understand what you're going through.
Yeah. And not to mention, let me tell y'all another thing.
Let us know which one you're saying,
yes.
Ty.
And I'm going to let y'all know something that's crazy. Sometimes God will assign a person to you in a certain season, and your physical attraction to them will make it a relationship, and it was never supposed to be romantic. Sometimes God will send a man, a fine woman that he's supposed to help, but she's so fine, his penis is in the way.
She said, as a friend.
As a friend. Sometimes the homies, listen. Sometimes God really want us to be helping people, and we be turning it into smashing them, and we don't supposed to be smashing them.
Okay, she was like, but although I didn't want it anymore, I believe the relationship or the friendship, but I was also trying to help through it afterwards.
That makes sense.
Them through it afterwards.
As a friend. Listen, that secret made me not want you no more, but I still help you as a friend. Daggone right. because that's not something I can handle with us being together. But thank you for telling me, and I'm willing to help you as your friend. We got to break up, but I'm still your homie. Yeah, Ty, get them. Because every relationship is not meant to be forever, and it doesn't mean it can't be fruitful.
Yeah.
Every relationship doesn't have to be forever, but it doesn't mean it can't be fruitful.
That's good, Roger.
Thank you, Shiy. We out here.
Is.
We love y'all.
And
we love y'all because we love ourselves. And every day, me and my wife, man, we be working hard. Sometimes we talk to each other about it. Sometimes we be in our own little corner just trying to fix ourselves. Mm-hmm. We be trying to get it right, though. Because we want to be able to serve each other and y'all in the greatest capacity that God will allow us to.
She said, I'm serving no matter what.
That's
good.
right.
That's good.
So, yeah, man, to love anybody is to first love ourselves. And in order to have healthy relationships in our personal life and our business life, we first have to patch up the holes, man.
Within ourselves.
Yeah, we got to identify the issues. We have to go back and deal with the trauma. We have to learn our triggers and then learn why our triggers are our triggers and then learn the root of our triggers and then deal with the feelings, the emotions, and the situation for what it was and why it made you feel that way so that you can start the healing process. And then I'm telling you, you'll see the whole entire world different. Everything about life, the world, people, your job, everything will look different because it won't be through the lens of trauma. Because insecurities, low self-esteem, thoughts of suicide, all these come from trauma. Like all of the negative, toxic things that take over you and overwhelm you, they come from trauma. And then the trauma makes you feel a certain way about yourself. And then you see life and people through the lens of how you view yourself. And then that's how you operate. So then you get frustrated or angry or mad or sad or depressed at the outcome of the relationships. But the foundation of the relationships is the fact that you attracted somebody based on how you view life. They peeped game. They connect with you. Now you're in a toxic space with a very traumatic foundation, and then y'all are trying to move and live and breathe in that environment. That's never going to end up well. Ever. So yeah, I want to challenge everybody to first love yourself. That's the first number one thing I want everybody watching this to go in and do. Okay, all right. It's me and me. What we on? What we doing wrong, what we need to fix. Why we act like that, yo? Why we talk like that? Why we think like that? Why we move like that? Hey, we need, me and me and God, me, myself, I and God, what we on? Hey, we need to get this together because I'm out here tripping on him. I'm out here tripping on her. I was at the job I now look at the reality of a person.
That's good.
Oh, now that's her. She
me.
definitely look at the reality of a person.
All day, every
because
day.
That's who they really are. Which is why everybody should fix themselves, because then everybody will have a better reality, Ty.
Yep. Sometimes people don't show their reality. You kind of have to discern it.
Which is what you shouldn't have to do.
You shouldn't have to.
But yeah, sometimes you have to. That's a whole. So you know what? Let's stick a pin in there. We're going to go back to that statement tomorrow. Exactly what you just said is tomorrow's conversation.
All right.
We love y'all. We thank y'all for support. And please come back tomorrow because there's going to be a part 2 to this. Y'all don't have to be hanging with us. Shout out to TJ and shout out to Ty. Let me say this. We don't celebrate beautiful black women enough. I want to celebrate you two for being beautiful black women. I want to say that I'm proud of y'all for being willing to comment about y'all personal life. Because y'all don't have to do that, and it is bravery. And I'm praying right now for both of you. I'm praying right now for y'all healing and restoration, because it is very obvious by your willingness to be active that you don't want to stay the same.
That's right.
So we would like to celebrate the fact that y'all don't want to be the same.
Let's go.
So then, to y'all and everybody else that's watching, we love y'all. Y'all don't have to do what y'all do. Y'all don't have to spend y'all time or y'all money, but y'all do. And we love y'all. We thank y'all. And we out. Peace.